Raj, back live for everybody here and for my being and all that is I, all that is we, all of us. This is a space where we get to come and we get to breathe it out. We get to feel as though we just get to feel. We just get to be here. Just us, you know? And I want you to know that here there is no judgment. This is a safe space. Here we get to just commune and come as you are. Because, you know, something that I've really been realizing again lately, I've been pushing away a lot of the uh, a lot of the influences, in our life. Many times we are around those who are not necessarily meant to move forward with us, right? And I feel that it is like such a blessing to have this awareness, right? That we are marching onward. We are stepping from the last chapter. A lot of us here who are going to resonate are recognizing that we are right now in the nothingness, right? We are in the void. And don't let that, feel like a negative thing. Because as many of us have realized who study, where we've been and the different chapters in this life and potentially many different lifetimes, we have realized that in order to welcome and usher in a new reality, in many cases, in pretty much every case that I've been here for that I remember in my being, in order to bring that new reality in, we must say goodbye to a lot of what was. And so let's take this opportunity. Number one, I want to just say salutations. If you are on this walk, if you are resonating here, this is most likely a group, a collective who is between worlds as we speak. And we are never alone. That is the big resonance that is being communicated to me to push through to everybody here, is that we are never alone. No matter who we had with us in our journeys up until now, no matter how it may seem like we have pain to deal with, or no matter how much it might seem like we are going to have loss that will be difficult to accept, at the end of the day, everything is just a transfer, right, of energy. That's the very first law of thermodynamics. And so let's take this opportunity. I want to proclaim that this is a community. This is not about Jay. This is not about Tiger J. Raj or the identity, anything like that. This is a space of just pure consciousness. Now, I am feeling something here within the feminine heart meridian space. So let's go ahead and self-soothe that. Absolutely. Now let's breathe that out. Nice deep inhale through the gut. Second inhale. Let's do a little Kapalabhati. That is the short inhale and then closed mouth, blowing everything else out through the nose and the gut, and especially the solar plexus. This is going to help us to sit in our own strength and to feel how capable we are. So we'll take that breath in, and now we'll let it go about 50 times. Let's go. Exhale the rest up. Nice massage release through the clavicle, one finger above, one finger below. Feel that release, move to the other side. So within this space, obviously, like many of us I'm sure have felt, there is a need or there is a utility to simply bringing it all back into center. So I'm going to share with you something that had been shown to me by the great Archangel Metatron from beyond. And this is, so imagine the flower or the seed of life first, and then imagine the flower of life, right? Extending, right? The Vitruvian Man, if you've seen that drawing. And then Archangel Metatron's cube, right? So imagine that every angle is a point at which energy can come in or energy can leave. And we are holstering it here in our battery. So whenever we notice that we have an energy that is almost in a way grasping onto what is out there, we can pull it all back into this battery space, just like so. Right? So then it comes right into like this area, and sometimes it takes a second try, and we simply envision everything is coming into center. And that brings us back close to our hearts. You can feel it right in here. So that is that we are ready to speak our truth, right? Throat chakra. So we're going to give that a nice rub down. I want to welcome everybody, whoever is coming into this live with us. I want to encourage us all to just simply sit with ourselves. Okay? I can feel we have some feminine and some masculine heart meridian stuff, and that's perfect. That's exactly what we all come together for, is to help lift each other up, right? So let's dismiss every energy that is not our own. And now let's take a nice deep inhale through the gut. Simply sit with that loving awareness. No doubt, not depending upon how anyone receives us. I felt you let go of that, whoever that was. Nice job. Not making ourselves small, showing up in the world, being that fullness, that wholeness that we know we are, stepping into that. Yes, clicking through the throat chakra, speaking a truth that resonates with some of us, at least here. And I would pray that this attracts and resonates whomever is on this path, whomever is between worlds, whomever is wanting and feeling that desire from within to step up, to really step into our power, you know? And that doesn't have to be any kind of a dominating thing on anybody else. We are simply recognizing that at some point in this journey, we had made ourselves smaller. We were afraid because we went out into the world and we experienced pain. We perceived pain. We perceived that we were not received in a loving manner. And that's okay. It's all part of our journey. Yes. Way to send that up to the crown. I felt that. Great job, whoever that was. And that's one thing about this collective, is whoever releases it, we can all celebrate that. We don't need to hide. We can all show up how we are, and we can all rise up together. So let's take a nice overhead breath. We're going to sit up nice and tall. I'm going to just get some rocks away from my ankle there. A little more comfortable there. There we go. Nice inhale. Feel that airing out the masculine and the feminine. Arch that back a little, right? Inhale again. Yes, it might take a few rounds before we are able to expel everything that was sitting in that female heart meridian, because it's been generations. This is something that has been literally sitting in our DNA. And that's, that's no worries, right? That's no worries. It's just part of our path. Those of us who have felt that, right? We were afraid. We went out. We thought that we weren't received in a way that was giving us permission to keep getting bigger, right? To take up more space. Until we finally realized that we never needed permission. Yes, let that go through that heart meridian, through that heart. Amazing job, whoever's just letting that go. I love that. And you are loved. We are all loved. The angels, God, spirit realm, all of our spirit guides, those who are with us in our journey, we are so loved. And through every single one of our crowns, we have a bright purple light that links us to all of creation, to every single soul who has ever been a part of creation. We are all tapped into that oneness. And that is why we are never alone. So let's simply sit in that and let's enjoy that for a moment. Let's enjoy that recognition that we are so loved, more than we could ever imagine. Nice deep breath in through the chest. Second breath. Yes, get that back crack. Nice job, Jay. Sitting with it, no doubt. Not anticipating ickiness, anticipating love, feeling the love, feeling the excitement for what's coming in life. Centering in the love that we all have. Yes. The love that we all are. Oh, I feel you. Oh. Yes. That's exactly what I'm talking about. That's the business right there. And keep making yourself bigger. Let's all keep on this journey together. Let's all stay in touch. Let's all keep rising up. Let's all continue to share that love with each other through that crowd. Let's see that beautiful purple light coming straight down from the heavens and down into the earth. Nice inhale. See that beautiful purple. And that beautiful light. That peace. That peace. Let's settle into some peace. Excitement inside. Nice deep breath in. Another breath. Let's fill up those lungs. Feel that love. We are the entire scope of consciousness, are we not? It's okay if we feel something that is, from something we went through. That's all right. That's compassion. That's no problem. It's not being judged. I assure you, nobody in the spirit realm is judging that. The only time we judge it is when we think, oh man, how could I even house a frequency like that? I'm so gifted, I'm so this, I'm so that. And then we hear all the I, and we forget to be rooted in this moment. Beautiful, here on planet Earth, like, and to just enjoy our lives. Let's move towards our joy. Let's make a pact, all right? Let's make a pact. I'm going to be the first one to do this. I swear and promise to myself and all versions of myself and all of creation in myself and through rippling through all space, time, dimensions, timelines, the whole universe, that I am moving toward my joy. There is no reason for us to sit in an existence that we feel we are settling in, right? So even if right in this moment, even if we are currently still, getting this clarity of, okay, where is that door? What am I doing? Let's let's have the awareness that we are in exactly where we are meant to be. We have every single part of us that we need to have. And the only reason that that would not seem so is our own perception. Because we are whole. How could we not be? How could we not be whole people? We've always been whole, right? Every single experience has been to forge us into a more wholeness, a more fullness of ourself, right? Of our true self. Yoga, union. That doesn't mean it can't be difficult. Sometimes it's difficult to know, how do we integrate this experience? I keep viewing this experience as being negative. How do I integrate it? We all go through that. That's all right. Just massaging some lymph fluid here. Yep, out of that feminine heart meridian space, right? Making sure to hold on to that support anchor in the back. That's feminine support. That's like we might have a subconscious part of us that's questioning, like, how can we fully love ourselves and be whole without whoever, without whatever, or feeling the way I feel right now? But I, the capital I, is all of creation, right? Isn't it? Like, just pure consciousness. And then, like, this is my being, this is myself. But I is all the same, right? We're all just pure awareness, pure consciousness. All that is, I am that I am. So that means we can always return to a more fuller version of self by simply getting out of the mind and into the body. Right? And are if you are trying to figure out how to get different things out of the body that continue to have us thinking perhaps or feeling something that makes it tough to feel whole, that's understandable. Message me. I go off of a book that we may all know. It's called The Body Keeps the Score. It talks about how even back here, if you can even cross your hands, put them here, and your thumbs are upside down, and you'll feel two hollow spaces there. This is gallbladder 20. It's gallbladder 20 or gallbladder 30, but it's a space that is basically like a dump. You get to dump like a bunch of, stress hormone, and you just massage right into those two nice, hollow, kind of softer, crater like spaces. And just sit there for a minute, just with loving awareness. Give it a nice massage. And you'll feel either like a burp or a yawn or just some air, like you'll declutter in some way. There was mine. All right, guys. So why don't we do a little Bij mantra to wake up the chakras, and then we can just see each other for the next one. I've been away a while, and I wanted to make sure that I, got back in touch with everyone and let you know that, like, this is really important to me. Like, everyone who wants to, like, tap in with me is really important to me, because on this earth right now, like, it's no secret, we have a mission, right now. Like, this is literally at that crossroad where some people are continuing to push away the spiritual and some people are moving towards it. And those of us who have always kind of prioritized that, or those who are now prioritizing this, realizing that we from the inside create outward. I'm not saying I do it perfectly, but this is the study. I'm always a student, and therefore it is my pleasure to share whatever I have walked across, you know? So from the root chakra, right? You can even, like, if you want to, you can, like, you know, make whatever motion you need to make so that you feel that engaging right within, between the genitals and the anus. Lam. We're gonna breathe right into there. Lam, 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 lam. And now let's do an elongated chant. Lam. Again. Lam. Now up to the sacral, Vam. Nice inhale. Vam. solar plexus, Ram. Ram. Yam, heart space. Yam. Let's do one more. Probably feel that a lot of that moved out of the heart and it's down in the heart meridian now. So why don't we take a moment? The heart meridian will start from the armpit and go down the pinky side of the arm. Give that a nice rub down. Feel that releasing? Yep. Beautiful. Now let's just put a hand right here in the armpit. Yep, felt that click. Let's breathe it out. Yep, there it went. That's a really interesting one, right, guys? Because if we continue to stay, if we keep looking at our own emotional state as being fractured, then we can return right to that same feeling. But if we focus on how our heart has always been huge and how we've always literally been made of love and that we can change the way we feel in any moment we choose, we can choose how we feel. When we center in that, we can. And I'm just finding pressure points here through the heart meridian space so that we can continue to declutter. Oh yeah, you feel that? Yes. If you feel any roughness in there, oh yeah, let's just sit right there for a minute. Yeah. Ooh, that felt amazing. What a release. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Yes. Right in the armpits, right in the tendon. You see right between the chest and the heart. You can find spaces in that tendon right there. Oh yeah, get a beautiful release on both sides. That's the feminine and the masculine. Anything our body wanted to, or that we kind of convinced our body to hold on to. But the beauty is, we made that decision, and so we can get it gone too. We love you. Thank you for coming to teach us. And now we dismiss you with love. Oh yes. A little lymphatic drainage. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So now how about we pull it up hum. Uh, So hum. Ah, 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 Yeah, little back arch. Oh yeah. Ooh, welcome. We still got people coming in here. All right. Well, maybe we'll go ahead and we'll sit and we'll chat with everyone. That sounds fun. Beautiful. Lim Han. We estaba Dage. Yes, I am. I am weird for sure. Yes. Thanks for being here. Well, Lim, what I was doing is I was breathing it out